Can South Africa afford to compensate war veterans? I don't know if you've seen this story, but 2,500 members of an organization known as the Liberation Struggle War Veterans are asking for an amount of 4.2 million rands each in compensation for their role in fighting the apartheid regime and leading to the emancipation of South Africa. At 2,500 members, that's a cost of 10 billion rands. Now, this has come up because 53 of these people were actually acquitted. And I don't know if you remember, there was a time when the Minister of Defense, Thandi Modise, Head Deputy Thabang Makwetla, and also the Minister in the Presidency, Mondli Gungubele, were actually held in a room, in a hotel room. They were meeting with members of the war veterans, and they wouldn't let them go until they'd agreed to this compensation. 10 billion. Now, I don't know if you're aware, but something similar happened in Zimbabwe. In 1996, inflation in Zimbabwe was at 16%. 16% is high, but it's manageable. 16%. 1996. The US dollar was trading with the Zimbabwean dollar at 1:10 in 1996. 1:10. But in 1998, everything had changed because on one fateful day, which is known as Black Friday, 14 November 1997, everything collapsed in the economy. The Zimbabwean dollar lost 75% of its value and the stock market crashed. What had happened prior to that? Prior to that, 60,000 war veterans had actually demanded that they be compensated $3,000 each, US dollars, and be given a monthly salary of $125 for their role in fighting the the Ian Smith colonial regime, because at some point the white people in Zimbabwe had done what was called a unilateral declaration of independence. They declared themselves independent of Britain so that they could continue to run Zimbabwe, and they basically oppressed black people. But there was a liberation struggle, and the war veterans then demanded compensation. So now the question that I want to put before you is this not the same thing? Is this not similar to the request that was made by the war veterans in Zimbabwe when they demanded this compensation? Because what then happened after that is that people started faking that they were war veterans, so even more than the 60,000 people were added. But fundamentally, the country was not in a position in 1997 to afford this. And shortly thereafter, the economy collapsed. The global markets just didn't buy into the compensation model, and things just went from bad to worse. So sometimes people say that South Africa is going in the way of Zimbabwe, and I don't think that's necessarily the case. But this may be something worth thinking about in terms of, hey, is this history repeating itself in the Southern African region? What do you think? Let's chat.